discussion, the question is, how do we lose it? What takes us? You know, the song says, "You can't take my joy," and David Petit goes through in very humorous manner, talks about different people that we encounter, some in church and some in life, that's trying to steal your joy. And so the question is, what steals our joy?
Well, for me, I let people take my joy. I do. And if Christ gives the joy, they shouldn't be able to. But because I can't love unconditionally, I put unfair expectations on people. And then when those expectations aren't met, that steals me of my joy, because I'm like, well, nobody cares about me. You know all those defeatist things that a teenage girl would feel, but I feel them all the time. Not to call out teenage girls, but I should probably stop right there. Because I'm rambling too far in the wrong direction. But I give to people too much control over taking my joy. Yeah. Do we need to go back and edit?
No, that's great. I think
it's okay?
I think most people have struggled with that same emotion and trying to find a way to express it. So I think that's fine.
As I thought about this this morning while we were kind of going over this, I asked Joe for some questions. That question pops up, and I had to think about it. What takes our joy? And I think it's a lot of things. It's not just any one thing there, but I think a lot of it has to do with ourself and our own mindset about things, and our own, I guess, where we find our peace and where we find our joy. So if we're finding it in our own accomplishments, if we're finding it in other people being pleased with us, if we're finding it in all those things that we desire in life, then we're just going to come up short. Because eventually you're going to have a bad day where somebody doesn't please you, or where, the rain makes you wet when you walk into work, and then you're wet for the rest of the day. Something's going to ruin it. But I looked up just some general things here, and I found this list that somebody had put of joy stealers, and they said ambition, perfectionism, bitterness, guilt or shame, and envy. And I think it's really a good list of things, and you could probably tie a lot of stuff in there, but probably I think ambition, what we expect and what we think is the best outcome, a lot of times can mess up my day, because I expect that I need to get this done, and then it's going to be a great day if I accomplish these things and I do these things and over the next 6 months, if I'll get that done. And then we get to the end of the 6 months or the end of the day, and we go, well, I didn't quite get done what I wanted done, and it can ruin your outlook over that whole span of time. So all those things go together, I think.
And I'd like to hop back in, because all those things he listed are our responsibility, not like what I may have inadvertently said that other people take it away, but they do that because of something I failed to do.
And really, it's a trick question. I'm going to reference a great theological documentary, The Princess Diaries. Came out of the early 2000s. My children love the movie, and we watch it hundreds of times, have it memorized.
It's older than that.
Is it older than that? It shows my age,
I've seen it too.
And in it, the girl is struggling, and a mentor to her tells her, no one can make you feel less than you are. You have to give them authority to do that. And really, nobody can rob you of they can't break into your heart and steal it. You've got to give it to them. We have to willingly allow our joy to be, we have to surrender it to them. Satan can't break into our heart and take the joy of the Lord, that is our strength. He cannot override the fruit of the Spirit and say, you're not going to have that. We have to pluck it from the tree and hand it to him. And so I think one of the things that our society does well is try and teach us to be victims. And the Christ follower is anything but a victim in the world around them. They're swimming in the other direction. The rest of the world is going one way. We are contrary to their direction, and they do not have authority over us. And so we have to hold on to that authority and find our joy in being obedient to Christ. I think ambition's great, as long as my ambition is to seek justice, love mercy, and walk humbly before the Lord, because I can do that every day. And if that's my ambition, even if if I start the day with 26 things on my to-do list and end it with 30, I can still have that joy because my ambition was to seek justice, love mercy, and walk humbly before the Lord. And because that was my ambition, it's always fulfilled because that's my goal. My actions can be frustrated. My toil of my hands can be stifled. We start mowing and the belt breaks on the mower, and we go by the belt and the pulley comes off, and then we have a flat tire, and we started the day just needing to mow the lawn, and the day's over and we're hot and tired and exhausted and mad, and the lawn's still not mowed. But God didn't wake you up in the morning to mow the lawn. Mowing the lawn was just a side effect of living that life, of having an ambition to walk with Him. And so I think nothing robs us of our joy. We choose to surrender it by lack of focus. We choose to surrender it to Him. And so that being said, how do we choose joy? If it's our choice.